Guide up there. On the right side, watch your arms, hands, legs, and feet. Doors going to slide closed. Thank you. All right, as we say in Harambe, 20. Let's go. All right, a couple of rules while we're out there. First and foremost, please remain seated at all times. Also, keep your arms and hands inside the vehicle. If you have young children sitting on your lap, that's fine. Just make sure if that's where they're at now, that's where they remain throughout the entire safari. Not standing on your lap or being held up in the air as an offering. It's going to get bumpy out there. All right, we're going to hold here for just a moment until we get the all clear. My name's Louis. I'll be your safari guide as we head out into the Harambe Wildlife Reserve. And while we're out there, I'm going to ask, please do not call out or whistle or try to attract the animals in the truck in any way. No kissy sounds, animal sounds, or waving them over. That's for their safety as well as ours. Conversations, comments are fine. Just please keep them at a minimum and at a volume that doesn't alarm the animals or disrupt the folks around you. All right, we're heading into the Little Ituri Forest, and here a lot of animals depend on natural camouflage for protection. Try our best to find them. As you come around the turn, look up to the left. There are some reddish-brown animals up here on the other side of the bamboo. They are bongos. They're known as a ghost of the forest. Their horns are swept back. Oh, look, there's a saddle-billed stork crossing our path. Yeah, if you look up to the left, their horns are swept back. That allows them to run through the woods without getting caught up on anything. Even with the bright coloring, when they get into the bushes, they blend in really well. These are saddle-billed storks. They get their name because of the yellow saddle-shaped crest on their bill. And if you look to the right, all the way back there between the bamboo, there is an okapi. The white stripes on the legs make them look a lot like zebras, but they are related to giraffes. And if you get a look at that face and head, you might see that family resemblance. If you're taking pictures, keep the cameras and the cell phones handy. You never know when the animals are going to pop up. Look to the left. Across the water and up on the ridge, there's a black rhino standing up there. Black rhinos can weigh about 3,000 pounds, fully grown. Very endangered animals, only about 9 or 10,000 left in the whole world. Just a few years ago, that number was about half as many. Conservation efforts are helping and the numbers are rising. Hopefully that continues. And there's a great look at this rhino on the left. The horns on rhinos are not, not actual horns. They're not attached to their skulls, and they're made of keratin, like our hair and fingernails, instead of bone. Something startled with. And again, keep those cameras and cell phones handy. So picture of a rhino can turn into a really cool picture of a tree if you're trying to get a camera ready. Greater kudu on the left, couple of females. We know that because they don't have horns. Only the male kudus have horns. We're entering the Safi River area. We're going to be looking for hippos. The hippopotamus is one of the largest and one of the most dangerous animals in Africa. Full-grown males can weigh around 5,000 pounds. Hippos spend most of their time in the water, so we are going to look down on the water for them. A couple of hippos back to the right. We'll look for more. Ears, eyes, and nostrils all at the top of their head. That way they can come up, get some air, see what's going on, and still keep a very low profile. Pink-backed pelicans, they get their name from the color on their backs during their mating season. Wingspan about as wide as the benches you're sitting on, and they're actually one of the smallest type of pelicans. Hippo on the left. And a little bit of traffic up there. Now the hippos will run or walk underwater, and it works. They move extremely well. They don't have a typical runner's body, but they're really quick on land, much faster than most of us, even riding a bicycle. We're going to cross the bridge and we're going to do that going pole pole. That is Swahili and it means very slow. Over on the left, all the way back there in front of that waterfall, there are quite a few hippos hanging out. Nile crocodile down here on the left as well, right at the edge of the bank. They're found all over sub-Saharan Africa. They can reach over 16 feet in length, fully grown. In the wild, they've been living for 40 years in captivity, about twice a lot. Just around the turn on the right side of the path, there is a baobab tree, also known as an upside down tree. And if you look at the branches, you'll see they look a lot like tree roots, giving it that name. Now we're heading into the savannah. The animals shape the landscape with their eating habits. Elephants push trees over for food. Giraffes eat the under canopy of the trees. Grazing animals eat the grass, and all of that combined gives the savannah that very clean, open look at Northlands. If you look at the under canopy of the trees out in the clearing, there's almost a straight line all the way across. That's as high up as the giraffes can reach with their mouth. Those trees are delicious to them, so they eat everything within their reach. Zebras just ahead, giraffe over there. Over on the right side, these little tiny guys, dark striped white belly, they kind of look like little Savannah s'mores. They're called springbok, and they get that name because when they're alarmed, they start jumping or springing. Makes sense. They are the smallest antelope on the reserve. Hartman's mountain zebras have a very dense stripe pattern across the head, neck, and back. Thick, broad stripes on their hindquarters, no stripes on their bellies. Giraffe all the way across to the right as well. Giraffes are, of course, the tallest animals. They top out at around 20 feet. Here on the reserve, they are Maasai giraffes. Have this irregular kind of jagged pattern on their coat. On the left, inside the den, there are painted dogs laying down. They look a little bit cuddly. They're not. They are the most successful predatory mammals in all of Africa. More than lions or cheetahs or hyenas. Little paws up in the air. If you ever get a chance to hear them, they don't bark. They sound like squeaky toys. Really, really cute. Makes you want to go over there and pet them. It's a trap. Don't do that. They're cute though. Look down the path on the left. The reddish-brown animals right back there, those are sable antelope. If you look at the logo for Harambe Wildlife Reserve, that's the animal on there. And that's because the word Harambe means to come together. When sable antelope are threatened, instead of scattering and running off the way other antelope might, they come together and face a threat. Termite mounds all around. When they wear down like the one to the right, animals like the dogs will climb up. Gives them a great view of the savannah. We're going to have a really good view of this giraffe right here. The short horns of the giraffe's head are called ossicles. Now the okapi we saw earlier, the males have those. With the giraffe, both male and female have. Hey guys, get those cameras and cell phones ready. Look to the left. There's a baby giraffe right there by the tree looking at us. And hanging out with mom actually. He's almost 8 months old. Alright, as you get closer to the zebras, look at the bottom of their neck. There's a bit of extra skin that hangs out. It's called a dewlap. There's a bunch of blood vessels in there, and that helps them regulate their body temperature. It's a pretty common thing with animals like antelope, but they are the only type of zebra that has that. another giraffe walking on the right side. They're kind of everywhere. Normally we see quite a few of them. All the way across the clearing to the right, just where the bigger tree and bushes are, I think there's some wildebeest laying down right in front of the tall grass, gray color. Let's see if we can find them. Wildebeest get their name from the Afrikaans for wild beast. Easy enough. And some more giraffes on the left. They have one of the largest hearts of any land animal, one of the highest regular blood pressures. And you can imagine it will take a lot of pressure to get the blood flowing all the way that long.
Animals can be everywhere.
Alright, if you look ahead through the trees, there is an elephant way over there by the clay wall. Elephants are the largest land animals. Full-grown males average around 12,000 pounds. The herds are made up of females and they're young. When the males reach maturity, they have to leave the herd because they get really aggressive and unpredictable. It's just not really safe for them to be around at that point. And there's that elephant. And there's another one. Researchers here at Harambe Wildlife Reserve found that elephants are really afraid of bees. So they developed beehive fences for use around farms. When the elephants bump the fence, the bees come out buzzing. The sound scares the elephants away, and we avoid conflict between them and the farmers. Always a good thing. Alright, we're going to cross another bridge. Going to go pole once again. And you can see the bridge doesn't look great, doesn't really feel that good either, but it holds up just fine most of the time. And there's that elephant on the right. They have been working on the bridge. These zip ties on the left, those are mostly new. On the right side, there are tusk marks. Elephants will eat red clay, provides them with minerals missing in their diet, like a supplement for them. And there's an elephant on the left. Most are covered in dirt. They spray that on. It's like a natural sunscreen. And you'll see them flap their ears. They have a lot of blood vessels in their ears. When they flap, the air is circulating, pulls the blood down. That goes on the body temperature. Elephants can live around 60 to 65 years on average. Their childhood is about the same as ours, around 15 years. Ours is around 17 or 18 or 25. Greater flamingos, they're the largest and the lightest in color of the flamingos. They get their color from the brine shrimp today, which is really high in keratin. A group of flamingos is called the flamboyants. We have a duck crossing. Wild African ducks, they're vicious. 6-inch fangs. None of that is true. Alright, right across the clearing there are some rhinos over there by the palm tree. We are going to try not to make loud sounds around them. They can react. We don't want that. That's bad. There's actually a couple of ostriches over there as well, closer to the path. So right now the rhinos can hear us. They can smell us. They cannot see us though. They have terrible, terrible eyesight. If you watch their ears are going to pivot around. That's how they keep track of what's going on around them. These are white rhinos. They average about 5,000 pounds. They run up to 35 miles an hour, which is pretty incredible for an animal that size. Very quick, very light on their feet. These are female ostriches. There's only females here on the reserve. They have their gray feathers. Those feathers will be black on a male. Now, if you're wondering what separates the rhinos from us, we have a log right there, and the tall grass, and the ostriches. There's a couple more coming this way, though. Look to the left, just past the skinny trees. There's a few cheetahs laying over there. And we are going to get really close to these rhinos. Cheetahs are the fastest land mammals. They run well over 60 miles per hour. The teardrop-looking marks under their eyes help them with the glare from the sun. The long thick tail is like a rudder. It stabilizes them while they're running really fast. Spots are pretty good camouflage. A couple more cheetahs laying down up here on the left as well. Look right over the bushes. One of the differences between cheetahs and other cats is that they don't have fully retractable claws. Cheetahs' claws are always sticking out. Gives them better traction. Rock formation here is called a copy. Animals climb up there, gives them a great view. They can see their predators are coming around or their prey, depending on what they are. The rhinos I mentioned, 35 miles an hour, they can actually gallop like a horse. All 4 feet will come off the ground at the same time when they're running. If you ever get a chance to see that, it's pretty amazing. If they're running at you, it's pretty scary. White rhinos get their name from the Afrikaans word fight, and it doesn't refer to their color, it refers to how wide or fight their mouth is. Not a great translation. Around the Warden's post there are Nigerian dwarf goats. Really beneficial animals. They provide things like milk and cheese, of course. They don't take up a lot of space, and that's made them really popular. So they've been exported all over the world. They do produce a lot of milk for their size, except for that guy. Yeah, they can be a lot of fun to watch sometimes. We're at the outskirts of Harambe village, and that does mean our safari is coming to an end. If you want to see more animals, you can walk down the Gorilla Falls Exploration Trail. If you're interested in helping protect wild animals, you can reach out to any of the conservation associations, including our own, of course. And you can make donations, but really anything you can do to raise awareness is going to be helpful. That can be as simple as sharing photographs or videos you're taking. Having conversation, talking about issues facing the animals, all of it helps. Here at Harambe, we don't like to say goodbye, it's a bit permanent. Instead, we say Kwaherini. Kwaherini means to go well, and I hope you go well and have a great rest of your day. Before you leave the truck, check your seats, check your rows, make sure you haven't dropped anything. It's easy to do without bumping around. When you get off at the exit out of the path behind the old truck, there's a viewing area. Take a peek. Sometimes gorillas are hanging around. If they happen to be there, you get a pretty good look. Definitely worth checking that out. Alright, once again, my name is Louis. I really hope you had a good time on your safari today. Jumbo. Alright, on the right side, watch your arms, hands, legs, and feet. Those are going to slide open.